Creek, worrying about my fishing license expire. I thought that was the extent of my need for being concerned. Well, my husband on his kayak, I could hear Neil Boortz. I was a Katie Couric Today Show loving person, but when 2009 rolled around, and I hear this almost $1 trillion bill that's going to be signed. Well, I'm very frugal in my house, and so I started reading this bill, and I read this bill. And when I saw that this bill had so many stipulations tied to the funds that Florida couldn't afford to pay its teachers, but the bill was going to give Florida money to pay the teachers. If Florida accepted that money, they would have to keep that level of pay up in perpetuum. And I'm going, well, how is that sustainable? Oh, I hate that word anymore. But how is that possible? If we didn't have it to begin with, and we're given a one-time check, how can we keep that? So I started investigating, and this journey has been a material that you could put in a nightmare novel. I know more now. My mind is a ticker tape machine. This has been going on in our country since the 1800s. We have a group in this country and globally that disdain the fact that we have freedom and liberty in this country. And we don't realize the power that we have. If we can recognize the truth, or if we know the truth, we have the ability to recognize a lie. Most people, I am learning as I go out and talk to people, are clueless to the truth. Now, to give an example how one person can make a difference, one woman, and most of the people out here on the street are women. One person can make a difference. Our last Duval election, we had my city council representative imposed fees, and he said he didn't raise taxes. Well, I went back to the original documents. I'm tired of the pablum that our establishment and the elite that feel entitled to these positions, elected by we the people, feed us every day. So I'm going back to the original documents, and it states right in the document that it's a tax. It's a tax that the local JEA authority has the authority to pass through to the consumer. Ergo, a tax. He raised my taxes. So I went out campaigning against this gentleman, or excuse me, this individual. I won't give him the title gentleman. I went out campaigning with facts, and it was women. There was a group of us that went out, we talked to people, we gave them the information. And March 17th, election day, this individual jumps out of his truck because I'm holding a sign with the facts on it on the side of the road during early voting. And he approaches me in a very aggressive manner, him and two of his friends. And I'll say the names: Tony Heverly, Pete Kelly, and Councilman ex-President Jack Webb. They came at me. I stepped into the streets, and he goes, "You can't stand in the streets." And I said, "I am aware of that." He goes, "Well, I'm going to call the police." I said, "You go right ahead." And he goes, "Don't you know who I am?" And I said, "Yes, you're my councilman. I'm the city council president." Now that gives you, I was one grandmother of up against 3 grown men. If you don't feel you can make a difference, you're sadly mistaken. You have more power in your ability to stand up, and stand strong than all those elected officials. They don't have the spine. You do. We defeated this council president. It was the first time in the history of Jacksonville, and we, the people, spoke. This war on women, we have the power to stand up, stand strong, and speak out. The truth always sheds. It always brings the darkness. It'll dispel all the lies. So with that being said, that's my, thank you for your time.